Hey, what's up, kids? I was just working out and I was thinking like this morning, okay, I'll be real with you. I just got to be truthful with you, all right? So when I wake up, I'm trying to get involved in all four of your kids' lives, right? So that's going to take me also talking to three mothers. Your mother, Joshua, Natalia, Jessica, Wyatt's mother, Tina, and Mason's mother, Jessica Mock. So in life, especially in this world and what my family history suffers with, right? I have a problem with lust and fantasies of wanting a marriage and stuff, right? And those pertain to sexual thoughts too. And I want to share this with you because Joshua, if you have this struggle, you got to give it to the Lord right now, all right? And so like when I start thinking about Mason, right, I will automatically start going into these old patterns of like wondering what it would be like if me and Jessica were still together, like Jessica Mock. And see, I wish I can tell you my mind's perfect and I don't think that way, but I'm just gonna be real. My mind thinks that way. So instead of just saying I'm perfect, I'm gonna say, I need to get better. So now I can confront what I need work with Jesus to help me with, right? So I told myself this morning when I was brushing my teeth, I said, look, dude, you're gonna have to make your mind think of your kids more than these women. And best medicine is to think of y'all instead of this. And so I want to share a little bit more about my father and how his lust trickled down to my lust. And I don't know about my mom because my mom's very, very secretive woman, right? Only her little clique knows who she really is. But she's a very good person at what she does, right? I don't know I can't relate to that side because I'm like my dad. I just put it all out there, you know? So my dad, one time growing up, my mom was with a man named Justin. He was my stepdad, right? So my dad comes over and he was drunk and he's fighting with his wife. And so my brother Timmy went and picked him up and brought him over to the house. And the first thing he says when he comes in is his mind went to my mom, Sandra, his ex-girlfriend. And he said like, hey, and he looked at Justin and said, you don't mind if we get it on real quick, right? We used to be together. And see, I was in here working out and I noticed that. So the Lord told me to do a video about my dad to you. And so you can relate on the struggle of lust that built in our family. So, and you got to smash it, right? You take your feet and smash it. So I noticed that and I was like, what the heck? And then, like one time they were in the room sleeping and my dad was drunk. And he went in there while they were sleeping and he like literally woke him up and asked if he can join him in the bedroom, right? This is the history. I'm talking about the spiritual, generational history of what can go down, right? And I'm glad I thought about this because I've seen my dad do this with every woman. He's met my wives and the first thing he says to my wife is he starts hitting on them. And he says, if Josh ever does you wrong, you can come to me, baby, and I'll take care of you right now. You know, like that's who he was. But see, he was just so fluent about it. Whatever was in his head, he just spoke it, right? And I picked that up to where I was a Jacob, worm, deviant man in my head, right? So I want to encourage you all that, like I said, I outrun my dad. Like what I'm doing right now, my dad never did. And I'm telling you all this so you can outrun me. And when it comes to lust and women, I can tell you it's a battle. It's a battle. I do want a wife most days. I do not like being alone. I could love one woman for the rest of my life and it'd be no problem. I could turn down any hood rats on the street. But see, when you get down to it, you can only do what God tells you to do. Right. So the best thing for me is I can't even. So when I look at all that, I go, well, you don't even take care of your kids consistently, but yet you say you're ready for this, you're ready for that, you're ready for this. You know, first get ready. First handle the ones you have already, and then pray that God will give you somebody special, right? Because when you are in the middle of fight after fight after fight, my history, I've always let someone in my life that didn't know how to help me, didn't even know how to love my kids. Right? They're scared of my passion. They're scared of my whatever. But then when you get out of that, you know, like moments right now when I remember things that my father did in his lustful mind, It is true, like father, like son, like grandpa, like it trickles down. And it's good. You got to start somewhere in the family to fight back. You're looking at him. Your dad, he's going to fight back, whether he wins or loses, And I want to share that with you all about lust. I love you, and I love you. And I want to give you guys some, I guess you can call it a glimpse for your life if you put it to practice. This isn't really a glimpse. This is just a revelation of something that really happened. I loved my grandma dearly. My grandma Osi. See, kids, when I was a baby, my first memories aren't with my mom. They're not. They're not with my mom or my dad or my brothers and sisters. When I came to remembering life and seeing, I was living with Osi Wood in Arvin, California, right? And I was a little baby. She took me in some reason. Till this day, I don't really know why, but I wonder. And she was such a sweet lady, from Oklahoma, and picture perfect, right? Her and my grandpa, he worked and stuff. And then when my grandma got cancer and pancreatic cancer and she's about to die, I heard some of the words from her sons and daughters. And some of the feedback was, they asked, did you have a good life, And she said, no, it was just okay. It wasn't that good, And I found out she loved to dance, right? And my grandpa, he would never take her to dance. And then I found out from the grapevine that my grandpa had another kid running around. So, see, if my grandpa suffered with hidden lust and he wasn't happy with his own home, do you know what that does, kids? Ask your mother. Ask your mother what it does, right? Ask her these questions. I challenge you to, because I was like that. I worked hard. I went to work. Yeah, I made lots of money. But what I did, where my heart and mind was, I wasn't able to love your mom. I came off as just grumpy, and I was like, it's good enough that I make over this much a year. It's good enough that I do this. See, that right there will create my grandma's words before she dies. See, her life was just okay. And then when you find out, like my grandpa after that, do you know what he did? He went dancing. See, after my grandma died, my grandpa, he went dancing in Oklahoma, and he found a woman and he danced. I think it's because he was so attacked with shame and guilt from not dancing with his actual real love that he went and did it because the shame was just killing him inside, right? And I don't know if he had another child. I've heard that, but I'm just letting you know. See what's going on? That was my dad's dad, right? So that's my dad's dad and then my dad. And then see, the farther you get away from God, the worse it becomes. See, my grandpa was raised in a generation with, he didn't have phones, he didn't have this type of technology. But my dad did. So my dad elevated it because technology elevated. And then look at me. I elevated it even more. Maybe not more than my dad, but with technology, it got elevated more than my dad. So I want that to stop with you, right? So I want you to just really take this to your heart, kids. And because it's truth what I'm speaking. I mean, the Holy Spirit's revealing these things as I'm working out to tell you.